Hi, it's Therese from Nosting Paper and I'm here for Altenew, and I'm going to be creating a baby card today using the Tiny Stars set. This is one of the mini stamps sets from Altenew, and I did have a request to create one of the cards that I made for a release. So this is kind of mimicking that card. So if you were interested in seeing how that card was made, then you can watch this card being made. I will link it at the blog too, so that you can see which card I'm talking about. But what I wanted to do was create my own design paper here. So I am using the Tuxedo Black for some alcohol marker colouring, as well as the star background. I'm also going to stamp out, that's the bells and bows set, and that's just the outline version of the bow that I've stamped there. So I have the lightest blue, which is equivalent to the sea glass colour, and it's B201. I'm not being too fussy about my colouring here. I'm literally just laying down colour on the whole background area, but leaving the stars white. I did decide to use my Copics to colour my bow, but this set does have matching stamp layering image, so if you prefer you could easily stamp the bow in whatever colours that you want. Now this is a trick from Kathy Rakusin, and it's just an old little piece of cloth with some texture on it, and I've added some of the blending zero marker to it and then simply patted it onto the background, and that will help lift some of the colour and some of the lines and lighten it up a little bit and schmooze it out. It works beautifully. I've got my bold alphabet dies and die cutting the word baby out of that design paper I created, as well as some fun foam. And what I'm doing here is I'm leaving the letters in place, adding my matte medium, and then adhering the paper cut letters onto the fun foam itself, because I find that running the fun foam through the die cutting machine, it does tend to squish down a little bit, and by doing it this way I have a lot more success with lining the letters up, and then I don't have to come and cut sort of edges off the fun foam. Now I'm just going to set that aside to dry, and in the meantime I'm going to dye. I don't have the matching die cuts, I wish I did, for this set. I am going to get them, and but I did want to cut this right up to the border, and I thought I'd show you a couple of little tips. Use a nice sharp craft knife and cut any sort of interior area first while you've got the paper to hold on to. If I had to cut around the edge of the bow first, it would have made it a lot more difficult to cut out the inside of these bows. So it's best not to press too hard. You're better off to keep coming back with the craft knife and just keep going over a section until it actually breaks away. Then you can come in with your sharp scissors and fussy cut the image out right up to the border. Much easier way of doing some fussy cutting on a very fine image. And I do actually get a marker and go around the edges just to make it look like I've cut it out perfectly. I want to add some ultra fine Prisma glitter to the whites of the stars. So I've got a quickie glue pen here, which is a nice fine tip on it, and I can add glue to even the smallest of the stars. I'm sprinkling that on top and then just going to set it aside to dry, and it doesn't take very long. This glue does dry extremely quickly. Now I'm working directly on the front of my top fold card. This is a landscape design, and I have some stars, and this is a cluster of stars from the Best Dad set. It also comes with a couple of single stars that I'll be using as well. I've got the buttercream ink, and I want to sort of have a yellow starry background behind my die cut word, and then also scatter some of the sea glass stars around the edge and sort of down the bottom of the card. And I will actually have a lot less stars at the bottom, almost like they're falling, but not quite. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought these two colours together were so pretty. To get rid of the excess glitter, I really like those perfect pearl brushes. They have such a soft, sort of brush, and they nice and fluffy. And I can just use those once the glue's dry on my stars here to sort of wash, swat away any of the extra Prisma glitter, because glitter gets everywhere. I have the congrats word. This is from the Doctor's Rule set, and I had sort of worked out exactly where I wanted it, and I did stamp it with my Misty just in case. And then to adhere my baby word, I'm using my matte medium again. And how I kind of center it, I really just eyeball it, I do. But once it's exactly where I want it, I take one of the middle letters and I adhere that first. Then I adhere the next letter, make sure it's nice and straight up beside it, and just work my way out from there. The matte medium does give you a little bit of wiggle time, but you do have to work fairly fast. I also used it to adhere the bow down on the very first B of my baby. So it's kind of a very clean and simple card, but there are a lot of steps to create it. I hope you've enjoyed this today. I'll be back again real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.